Yeah, as I said, collaboration and material innovations, new technologies, that is really amazing what Lansing is doing in a sustainable way. Yeah, let's go on. Let's talk about basic research and how basic research and a multi-stakeholder approach can develop new technologies and sustainable solutions for the industry. And I'm really happy to introduce Nicole Espey. She's the managing director of the Bundesverband Deutsche Sportartikel-Industrie. And she will tell us more about the research project she's doing right now. And
Right.
it's about microplastics, a huge topic that everyone knows
Yeah.
for the textile
All
industry.
right. Thank you very much for having me here. So who's doing sports in this group? Just hands up. Well, at least some. And who is having a fleece shirt in his wardrobe? Because I am having one, so probably you. All right, hands up. I suppose we all have a challenge in front of us, and I will tell you what it is. Actually, I am, as already said, the managing director of the German Sporting Federation of the German Sporting Goods Industry. We have large companies in our federation, like Adidas, Puma, and VD, for instance, who are exhibiting actually over here as well. But we are doing a lot of things, a variety of things, but one is a very new project. We are doing for the first time some sort of basic research with universities and a consortium of companies. So it's about textile-related microplastics. Actually, this is an issue for the whole sporting goods industry because, as you may know, sporting goods industry is actually using polyester fibers a lot. So we are having a holistic study on optimizing textile production, on methods material, mass flow analysis, because we really would like to figure out how this mass flow is going from the textile production through the washing cycles to the end and the rivers and into the environment. So I'll introduce the project partners, and as I heard in the beginning, cooperation and collaboration among stakeholders is key, so that's what we do. We are funded by the Ministry of Research for 1.7 million for 3 years. We just started in September, and so this is really quite a large project. It's, FONA is the funding line where we applied for this project. So these are our project partners. We are the BSI, just right over there. And we are cooperating with University Niederrhein. This is in Mönchengladbach. They are doing textile research. With the University of Dresden, they are doing water researches. And then we have a consortium, as I already said, of some well-known German companies and international companies, like Adidas, VD, Polartec, as for the fleeces, as we just talked about, Henkel and Miele for washing and washing circles. So the background, as to the background, some facts and figures and numbers. And we here see over here a study the European Commission just launched, I think, just 2 years, nearly 1.5 years ago, to figure out which are the sources of microparticles in the environment. And as we see over here, textiles is just third, but vehicles, every microparticles from tires are first, and pallets and every sort of paint and so on and so forth, you'll find are even a little more important. So just to have a holistic overview on what are really the sources and where we could have to tackle it. And I suppose that one thing to tackle this issue is certainly wastewater treatment. So this is why we address wastewater treatment in our research as well. But as for textiles, microparticles from textiles is, according to this study, and I will show you even more studies, it's about 190 million tons. So just to see that we can't just say, all right, goodbye, we don't need anymore. You see here the statistics on textile fibers, and it's even growing. So synthetic fibers are really used, and it's even growing. So yeah, that's why we have to really tackle this issue. So this is actually, in one slide, more or less, the whole problem. We have quite a couple of facts, which are really a variety. We don't know much. So, for instance, in Norway, we have a range of 110 to 130 tons of textile-related microparticles in surface water. And we have this range, I'll show you why, because analytical methods are not yet really elaborated. So that's why there are so many facts and different figures and so many basic studies still to do, and we don't know much in the moment, we have to admit. But there's at least one study from Patagonia commissioned 2 years ago about fleece, and we just talked about fleece, or I told you about fleece a couple of minutes ago. It's the release of 100,000 jackets. You have yeah, it's equal to 11,900 plastic bags, and you just have to think about the amount. I mean, we try to avoid plastic bags when going shopping, but when we are washing, we wash them in again. So this is really a huge problem, and we have to think about that. So, I mean, pullover to plastic bags, just for your imagination, it's easier to understand than all these figures I'll show you. So, just for you to understand, this is something we are facing at the moment. Even the microparticle size is not yet really true on what we are looking at. We have no analytical methods. We have no real textile testing methods. We don't really know much about the real environmental fate and pathways, and even the sources. As I already told, there's a variety of sources. And that's why the Ministry of Research just didn't only fund us, they fund about 20 projects just to commit more researchers on microplastics in the environment. So there are, in the moment, quite a lot of studies going on about this field to learn more about these problems. So our objectives, this is quite simple. As I already said, we are looking at the textile. The University of Mönchengladbach is looking at the textile and about optimizing textile technologies to minimize these fiber release. Then we are looking at washing cycles and washing machines. How are consumers washing their clothes? How could we optimize it, and so on and so forth. Then we are looking at wastewater treatment, as already said, because we have to look at wastewater treatment at that time. And then we will see how much of the microparticles are really ending up in the environment. So this is what we're actually doing. At the University of Mönchengladbach, the textiles will be washed, then samples will be taken to the University of Dresden. There will be, right at the right side, a wastewater treatment laboratory on laboratory base, and there we can really see how this is working in the wastewater treatment, because many microparticles are actually held back, but some are still going into the environment. So this is actually what we will do. So we will have a data collection, material flow analysis, and get a holistic overview of this whole issue. We will have material processes and improvement, as I already said, what the University of Mönchengladbach will do and what we will do. In the end, we will hope to have a better understanding of microplastic release into the environment and the reduction of textile-related microparticles. Hopefully, this is really, really the aim of it. We just started in September, so 3 years of hard work in front of us. So what are we doing as BSI and the WWF as project partners? We are doing something like this, like introducing this to all of you. But yeah, stakeholder workshops, project website, newsletter, and so on and so forth, because we can't approach this problem alone. Or this challenge, of course, not a problem. So we need the communication and the collaboration with other projects, with other industry partners or civil society partners. So therefore, we and the WWF are working on that side, and we just launched our website a couple of days ago. So take pictures and visit the website, and yeah, just follow our communication and our project for the next couple of years, for the next 3 years. So thank you very much. I was quite quick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fingers crossed for the next 3 years.
Yeah.